What's up, YouTube? I am sorry that I disappeared for the last week. I was posting every day and then gone. Thanks for all of you that contacted me making sure that I was okay. I was okay. I'm going to tell you why I disappeared for a week in just a moment, but I want to tell you what this video is about. This video is all about how to take excuses, turn them on top of their heads, so instead of working against you, they work for you. So let me tell you what I've been dealing with in this past week and why I wasn't posting on a daily basis. So if you've been following my videos, you know that I've been diagnosed with brain cancer, and that the day I was diagnosed with brain cancer, I also decided that I was going to compete in and complete a triathlon, an Ironman nonetheless, and that I would start training for that Ironman on the first day that I started radiation and chemotherapy treatment at MD Anderson in Texas. And so I did. Well, one thing that I wasn't planning on doing was documenting it, but I decided to do that as well. One thing I wasn't counting on was how difficult it would be to film and edit and upload, especially not having a team around me out here. And so as the side effects grew stronger, as I'm getting deeper into the treatment, this past week, it was just too much to film, edit, and upload videos every day. So what I did instead is I filmed every day, and then I compiled them all into one video that I'm releasing today right here for you. And so I want to show you how to take excuses, turn them on their head so that instead of working against you, they work for you. And I don't know about you, but I woke up every single morning with a new excuse on why I couldn't get up and train towards my dream, towards my goals. So take a look at all 5 excuses that I've had this work week and how I was able to turn those around. Take a look.
You have got no idea how much I don't want to get up this morning. I have got the biggest headache. Ow. I've had it since last night and it just won't go away.
All right, I did it. And now, instead of just having an excuse that I've got a headache, I still have a headache, but I also have motivation to make it through the rest of the week. And I'd rather have that than just an excuse.
Feeling sick in my stomach last night made it really hard to sleep. I'm tired.
All right, just made it back from the gym. I woke up this morning with the excuse that chemo-induced nausea had stolen a couple hours of my sleep, and there's nothing I could do about that. But I turned that excuse thinking up on its head, and I thought, although it may have stolen some hours of sleep, it cannot steal my momentum. Because Monday I got up and I got to the gym, and if I could do it on Monday, then I could do it on Tuesday. I wasn't gonna allow a little tiredness to steal that momentum, and so I got up, I made it there, and I'm glad that I did. Another 5K, this time a little faster, 7.5 minute mile pace, which is quick for me. And my body felt good. I felt like I could have kept going after that, but I'm playing it safe, taking it slowly, and so I'm just feeling good and glad that I didn't allow a little chemotherapy to steal my momentum.
So last night, I suffered from a side effect that they don't tell you about when you get diagnosed with cancer. The side effect of philosophical questions. Last night I stayed up late thinking about what's the meaning of life, what's God's purpose for my life, how do miracles really work? And as a result, I'm tired. I don't want to go to the gym.
You know, those were some big thoughts that led to some big excuses. But then I remembered this little thought. A friend once told me, I move because I can. And woo, that was enough to get me up and out of bed, get to the gym. I did another 5K with 7-minute mile pace, which is a PR for me, a personal best. Woo, I wasn't doing that even when I was 23 years old. And I thought on the drive home, oh my goodness, I am 38 years old, I've got brain cancer, and I'm stronger than ever in some ways? How is it possible that when I am weak, I am also strong? Now that's a big thought I want to spend some time dwelling on, so I'm going to get to thinking some.
So yesterday I was kept up late with anxious thoughts. A new friend of mine, who's another patient at MD Anderson, got some bad news, and he was right next to me in the waiting room when he got it. And so I couldn't help but think last night what it'd be like to get that news myself. And so this morning The anxiety has sucked the energy out of me, and I don't feel like getting up and going and working out.
So anxiety took up a lot of my energy last night. Anxiety was an excuse not to get up this morning until I had this thought that turned the excuse on its head. I thought, well, you know what? Oftentimes, exercise is a remedy to anxiety. So I got up, I got out of bed, got to the gym, and I'm glad that I did, because I did something I was a little worried about. I went back to that 10K run. Last time I did a 10K, I had a seizure, but I made adjustments both to my medication and my training habits. And this time when I ran a 10K, I felt great. No seizures, felt healthy. And so now for the rest of the day, I feel light, anxiety-free, and ready to tackle the rest of the day. I'm glad I got up.
I got to bed early last night, fell asleep quickly enough to miss that nighttime nausea, slept soundly, and then woke up this morning and I don't even have a headache. And I feel good. And even feeling good is an excuse, because I feel like, man, it's been a long time since I felt comfortable. Why would I want to go exercise right now? I just want to stay as comfy as I can for as long as I can. You know what I mean?
I woke up this morning and my excuse was seriously that I was too comfortable. I just wanted to stay in that comfort zone. But I turned that excuse on its head and I realized that nothing grows in the comfort zone. You got to get outside of your comfort zone. So I thought, well, I better get up and get out and get going. And I'm glad that I did, because this morning I did 10 miles. That's so long the treadmill couldn't even handle me. It shut down at 7 and then I had to run for another 3. So just to verify, Brad, did I do 10?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. All right. Man, so many excuses. And I'm telling you, this past week was not easy. But if it wasn't for you watching these videos, I don't think I would have been able to overcome those excuses. And so I want to help you out as well, because we all have excuses. None of us are any different. And if I can do it, you can do it. And so I want to ask you, what's your excuse? What is your excuse that most often plagues you? And how can you take that excuse and turn it on top of its head, so instead of working against you, it can work for you? Anticipate that excuse, because it's going to come, and have an answer ready and waiting to defeat that excuse. Why don't you take the most common excuse and write it in the comments below, as well as the antidote, what you are going to tell yourself that's going to flip that excuse on top of itself. And then that'll allow us to learn from one another. We'll be able to look at things a little differently. The person who I learned this from is actually Jesus. So I'm a man of faith, I follow Jesus Christ, and one of my favorite things about Jesus is the way he looks at things. He just looks at the world differently. He took common ideas, flipped them on their heads, and saw them from a completely different perspective. The kingdom of heaven is nothing like the kingdom of this world. And I love that about Jesus, and he has taught me to look at life through that lens as well, which is definitely helping me as I battle cancer right now. And so I just wanted to offer that to you all, as well as a way of just looking at things differently, just enough to overcome, because life is going to knock you down, but we can't stay down long. We need to get up and get moving again. I'm going to take off 2 days for recovery. I got some family coming into town, looking forward to spending some time with them. Going to go to church on Sunday, and on Monday I'll be at the official halfway point of my radiation treatment, and I'm going to do something to celebrate, do something to challenge myself, so that when I'm done, I'll feel proud of myself and I can celebrate. And so tune back in on Monday. I hope to have the energy to bring you another video on Monday. So I will see you then. Have a great weekend, y'all. You hear that? That's Texas right there. Y'all.